Hello everyone, and welcome to Physics 111 and Physics 112. I am your instructor, Dr. Raja Al-Mukahal. In this video, I want to welcome you to class, and I want to show you briefly how to navigate this online course. You are at, when you log into Canvas, you will see one of your courses right there, one of your physics courses, and you simply just click on it, as you know. And I have just clicked on 111. I can click on 112, and both the formats is almost identical. So you're not going to see much difference between them. So I'm going to be working with 111 for now. Once you click on it, you will see this page, a page that is similar to this one. On the left-hand panel here, you have different features here. When you click on the home screen, this is what you will see. If I would collapse all the modules, you will see a bunch of modules there, starting with module 0, start here, and then you have module 1, 2, 3, down to module 14 right there. Similarly, for Physics 112, if I would click on the home page, I will see module 0, same thing, and then module 1, 2, 3, all the way down to module 11. Okay, I'm going to talk about the word module in a minute, but let me just continue. The first thing that you want to do is you want to click on module 0. I assume you have done so already because that's why you are watching this video. And you can think of module 0 as if it is your lounging pad. It has all kind of different features that you can help you start your daily studies of physics. So the first item here is called Welcome to Physics. And then this is the Welcome to Physics video, the one that you are watching right now. And then we have the course syllabus, and then there is the late work policy. And then we have an item called Discussion and Homework Presentation. I will talk about all of them in a minute. And then we have another item called Ask the Professor. Basically, if you have a question for me, this is where you click and then you put in your question there. More on it in a minute. And then there is a video here that I have created recently. It's called Mathematical Review. Basically, for those of you who feel that your mathematics is not adequate and you need to brush up on basic algebra and trigonometry, such as the quadratic equation, basic trigonometric functions, sine and cosine and so on, maybe solving simultaneous equation. So basically in this video, for about an hour and 50 minutes, I cover all that mathematics that you need for the course, whether it's 111 or 112. So if you feel that your math is not adequate or you need to brush up, simply click on that, and it's for about an hour. Take some notes. Hopefully that will help you get going. There is another one. It's called Introduce Yourself. This is where you introduce yourself to class. And there is the last one. It's called the Student Cafe. So we'll go over those very quickly. So before I tell you all of this, I want to talk about this word module. When I say module here, it means a module is a collection, at least that's how I define it. It's a collection of assignments, okay? And so each week is one module. For example, week 1 is module 1, week 2, module 2, and so on. And the module begins, for example, for module 1 here, if you look at the date right there, it begins on January 20th, and it ends on January 26th. And then the second module, January 27th, and it ends on February 2nd, and so on. Now, if you notice those dates, the first date here, say January 20th, that would be a Monday. And the last day of the module is a Sunday, okay? So all our module, all our weeks from now until the end of the semester, it starts on a Monday and it ends on a Sunday. Specifically, to be more specific, it starts on a Monday at 12 midnight, the very first minute of Monday, and it ends on a Sunday, 11:59 p.m., the last minute of Sunday. So you basically have 7 weeks, seven days to accomplish the assignment that you have, okay? So for example, for module 1 here, and by the way, all of them are arranged in a very similar way, so everything is predictable. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, as convenient as possible for you. So for example, for module 1 here in Physics 111, So you have the objective of the chapter. We begin with chapter 1. So we have what are the objectives, the list of objectives, and then you have what are the activities that you need to do, a checklist of those activities. Then I have a PowerPoint presentation of the chapter. This is basically I got it directly from the book publisher. And then I have a video lecture. This video lecture is actually a YouTube video that I have recorded about 4 years ago. And it's actually a full-fledged lecture that goes for an hour, sometimes 2 hours. And it's basically as if you are sitting in a lecture and your professor is in front of you lecturing you on chapter 1. So you can simply, after you read the chapter, you look at the PowerPoint presentation, you can just click on it and then watch the video. Let me show you how that works. So you just click on that and it will take you to the YouTube right there. You can click on it within Canvas if you want to. Hello everyone, and welcome to our first lecture this semester. In this lecture I will be covering the basic concept of chapter 1 and so on. Okay, this video lecture goes for an hour and 24 minutes. You can also click on the YouTube right there and it will take you directly to the YouTube. Then you have to deal with the commercials and all that, but it's there, but it's still there. Chapter 1, and which section and then here they are. I'm using here OneNote. Here's one bar. Sorry, I'm using here OneNote, and I basically explain, I go over lots of examples, problems from the homework, and so on. Which is squared like that, or in your mind's eye, they're going to cancel out, and you're going to be left with only centimeter squared. So I'm going to use my calculator now. So you go 1.25 times 6.45 to answer, and the answer is, hold on. Okay, you got that? So basically it's a full-fledged lecture. Please take the time to watch it every week. Okay, this is how you learn physics. Reading only from the book is probably not enough, unless you've taken maybe a physics course in high school, something like AP Physics or something like that, and you feel that you understand it well, and you can do well in this online physics course. But if it's not the case for you, you are highly recommended that you should watch those videos. And I always recommend that you watch them with a pencil and paper, a notebook, as if you're sitting in a lecture in a class, also with a calculator. And while I'm doing a problem like this one, for example, this example, you can work with me. You can pause the video and work it out and see if you get the same answer as I am, and so on. Okay? So this is going to be very, very helpful for you. Every single chapter that we're going to cover, there is a corresponding video that will go for at least an hour, sometimes, like I said, 2 hours. So I hope this is going to be beneficial for you. The same thing applies for students for Physics 112. Okay? We have the same, we have those videos as well. Okay, back to the Canvas. Where am I? Oop, there we are. Let me go back to the home page. So let's go over the syllabus, and let me just collapse everything. Let me go back to module 0. Let me go start with the welcome to class. I'm going to try to make this video hopefully, less than an hour, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. And I would like you to watch it until the end. Anyway, so this is the welcome page here, similar to the syllabus, but it welcomes you to class. Let me just go over some of the points here. I want to provide you with a brief description of how this online course is designed and how to navigate the various features. The structure of the course, all of the 14 weeks of the semester I divided into weekly modules, okay, like I told you. Each module contains more or less one chapter, with the exception of Physics 112. Sometimes we will have 2 weeks in one module, you see what I'm saying? We don't have as many chapters in Physics 112 because the chapters are more intense. Anyway, so there are 3 standard assignments that each module must be done and submitted by Sunday 11:59 of every week. Okay, this assignment is basically a discussion forum and homework presentation. I'm going to go over it in a minute. A lab experiment. It's usually a computer lab experiment. There are a few where you have to do hands-on, but most of them are simulated lab experiment computer. Actually, they're a lot of fun. And then there is the homework where you're going to be doing it through Pearson. Okay. So the homework here, like I said, you do it through Pearson. The lab, here they are. The lab is a simulation experiment. I'll show you a demo in a minute. And then we have the homework presentation. Now, before I go over this, I want to tell you about, you need to create a Mastering Physics account through Pearson. And that basically, in Pearson, you will have access to the ebook, the textbook that we are using. That's one. You will also have access to the homework, and you have access to a lot of examples. So how do you do that? Basically, if you look on the left-hand panel here, you will see right there, My Lab and Mastering. Do you see that right there? So what you do, you click on it. Now, I already have an educator account. You're probably not going to see this page. Allow to continue. Always allow cookies for Pearson. Anyway, so what you will do, you'll see an icon here says to, open My Lab and Mastering, and you're going to click on it. Again, you're not going to see exactly what I'm seeing. I have an educator account. But there we go. I am in Pearson already. But what will happen with you is that you will be taken through several pages where you have to create an account. You fill out a form, and then you have to pay for it. It's about $80. That will take care of the, like I said, access to the book and homework and more videos and examples under this homework management system, what we call Mastering Physics. Okay, and then basically you will, once you get access to it, Mastering Physics, this is the course that I have created for you, Yavapai General Physics 111 Spring 25, or for Physics of 112 is Yavapai General Physics 112 Spring 25. And then if you click on this, all assignment, whoops, I should have, there they are. So these are the chapters that we're going to be studying, chapter 1 through 16. And if you click on it, let's say click on chapter 2, for example, it will basically, these are the homework problems. There will be more. There's 7 of them here. These are the homework problem that you need to work on. So you click on problem number 2.3, and it will take you to a new page, and here is the problem. This problem, you can actually access it also from the textbook, okay? And then you basically, you read what the statement of the problem, and then, you answer it. There is no answer. This is educator account. Let's see if I can see student. There it goes. Solution. Oh, I want to see the student view. Oh, I don't have it here. Anyway, like I said, this is an educator account, so I already have the answers here. This will be blank, and you have to fill out the answer into this space, for example, and so on. Okay? And so on. So those are the problems. So you work on them. You have a full week to work on them. For those homework problems, you have unlimited amount of time to work on. You can open up your account, and you can work on them all day if you want to. However, for each answer, you have a total of 6 attempts. So let's say you put in an answer, you get it wrong, you can put another answer, another one. You have up to 6 times of attempts until you get, if you exhausted all the 6 attempts, you will get 0 for it. Hopefully, you will be able to do it before you finish the 6 attempts. And like I said, 50% of those problems will be done by me. If you watch those video lectures that I have created, you will see the solutions there. Slightly different numbers, but it's the same problem. Okay. All right. So that's basically what Pearson is all about, Mastering Physics. Let me go back to the course. So let me go back to, I want to cover one more thing. I want to cover the syllabus, the course syllabus right there. I just want to make sure I'm covering the main ideas here. So here is the syllabus. My name is right there. This is my telephone number. If you ever need to call me, you're welcome to write me an email, say I would like to have a chat with you, and then maybe we can arrange a time and we can talk over the phone if you want to do that. This is my email address. I check it very frequently, so if you shoot me an email within hours, maybe much less than that, I will be able to know about your email, and hopefully I will respond to it ideally within less than 24 hours. So most likely I will respond to it less than 24 hours. So feel free to contact me. Office hours is between 8 a.m. to 12. That means if I'm going to talk to you over the phone, if you ever want to talk to me, usually I'm free on those days, weekdays, especially Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, those 3 days. And this is the beginning of the end of the course. The course, as you know, it starts on January 20th, ends on May 16th. I got those numbers from the calendar, from the school calendar. Then we have the course description, and here it tells you how to access Pearson. Like I said, you click on the, what is it, right there, Mastering, MyLab and Mastering, and then you go through the pages. Learning outcome, you can read that. Okay, so here is the syllabus, the grading criteria. We have a discussion. It's worth 20% of the grade. The lab simulation, they're really a lot of fun and they're really easy. So please take the time to do them because they're easy and you can really guarantee 20% out of that. They're that easy, really. They're simple. 20% homework, that's basically the homework that you're going to do under Pearson or Mastering Physics, is also 20%. And then we will have 2 proctored exams. I'm sure you're familiar with that. Yavapai requires that all our exams have to be proctored. In other words, you have to go to the testing center on campus. I don't have a lot of information at this time, but at this point, but once I get more information from the testing center, I will let you know. Most likely we will have our first midterm exam probably going to be before spring break, maybe 1 week before that, or maybe we'll have it and then you'll have spring break so you don't have to deal with it. That will be our first exam. Exam number 2 is going to be at the end of the year, basically the final exam. So we have 2 exams, midterm exam number 1 and midterm exam number 2. Midterm exam number 2 probably going to be the rest of the material that we have covered after exam 1. And maybe a couple of problems as a review from earlier chapters. We'll see. I don't know how this is all up in the air. I haven't decided how that's going to be. But like I said, there will be 2 midterm exams. Exam number 2, like I said, is going to be the final exam. So each exam is counted as 20%. Okay, and then you have the total points is 100. Again, this is just the distribution of grades, A, B, C. And then we have the course schedule. So the course schedule is basically, these are the chapters that we're going to cover from the book. Okay? So, for example, these are the dates, the corresponding date. And like I told you, the dates are Monday through Sunday. Monday through Sunday. All of these dates, 120, 127, 23, and so on. These are all Mondays. And the other date, until a Sunday, 126, 22, and so on. Every assignment that I will give you in this class, it's always due on a Sunday. So keep that in mind. So I want to keep it simple. So everything that by default, it's due on Sunday, 11:59 p.m. your local time. Okay, local time of Yavapai, which is Arizona time. Okay. Remember, the time here is not my time zone. I live in Henderson, Nevada. But the time zone of this course and everything there is specifically Yavapai campus, which is basically Arizona time. Okay. So module 1, which is chapter 1, is called models, measurement, and vectors. And then we have motion along a straight line, motion in a plane, and so on. Okay. I think, again, the same thing applies for 112. Let me go to 112 and just show you. Those of you who are in 112, I don't want them getting mad at me. So if I click on module right there, Again, same thing for module 0, everything the same. And then we can, oops, let me do the syllabus very quickly. And it's, like I said, it's pretty much identical to it. The only difference that we have, we study different topics. We start with chapter 17 in the middle of the book. Electric charge and electric field, electric potential and capacitance, current, resistance, and so on. And like I said, each of them has a corresponding video lecture. The same grading criteria here: discussion, lab, homework, exam 1 and exam 2, same stuff. And then this is the grade distribution. And then we have here the course schedule. So the first chapter is chapter 17. It runs Monday through Sunday. Electric charge and electric field, and so on. Okay, pretty much the same thing. So if I go back to let's say, for example, module 1 here. There is a video lecture right there, chapter 17. I just click on it right there, and it takes me to, there it is. It's 1.5 hours. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first lecture this semester. We begin with chapter 17 in the textbook. The title of the chapter is Electric Charge and Electric Field. The charges attract. So in this case, I'm going to have 0.68 squared plus negative points, rather. My erase is not working. There we go. He got the total, the net is 0.7. I got 0.7, same thing. Okay, you got that, guys? Okay, good. And that's basically what I wanted to talk about as far as forces, Coulomb's law is concerned. Let me move on to the last topic of this chapter, and that is electric field. And so on. You got that, guys? All right. Let me take it out. And so on. So, and then we have the discussion. So the last thing I want to talk about here is what I call homework presentation. Okay? Discussion and homework presentation. Let me switch back to 111. It's, again, they're both the same. So under module 0, I have a description here, kind of a lengthy description of what is a homework presentation. So when you click on that, please take the time to read every single item in module 0, all of that, because this basically, it will teach you, it will instruct you about the whole course and everything that you need to do in the course. Anyway, so now under every module, maybe I should go to the module first. So if you go, for example, under module 1 or 2 or whatever, you have, there is module 1, discussion and homework presentation. When you click on the module here, this one, which you, again, you find it under every module. Here's module 2, there we go, discussion and presentation. Module 3, there we go, module 3, discussion, and so on. And it tells you the due date on it, which is basically a Sunday. So anyway, so when I click on it, for example, let's click on module 1. It begins with a question. Here is the question, and then you have a homework presentation. There are 2 items here, okay? The first question, the first one is a discussion question. So the discussion question here says, there we go. So this is our weekly discussion question, okay? It says, how can the proper use of units help solve technical problem? Search the web and find cases in which a mistake in units caused a failure or a disaster. Avoid duplication. Please cite your references, okay? So I'm going to give you some sample posts that the students have done in the past, so it kind of help you. But anyway, so what you want to do, you want to basically write a paragraph, 70 to 100 words about, answering this question, and you want to put in your references. That's basically what it is here. Post your initial response to the discussion question by Wednesday. So this is important. You have to meet certain deadlines, okay? So for the you have to post actually 3. You have to make 3 posts for this question. The first one is basically answering the question. Okay, so this is what I call the initial response or the initial post. The initial response or the initial post have to be done by Wednesday. Okay, You have to do it by Wednesday. Why Wednesday? Because you still have another Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You want your classmate to read your answer, and you want them to respond to yours. And you, of course, you want to read theirs and respond to them. Okay? So your initial post must be between 70 to 100. Again, I'm not counting words or anything. I'm not going to be counting that. But, give a good answer to it. By the last day, Sunday, respond to one or two other students in a substantially meaningful sentences. Posts such as, wow, that's a great post, excellent post, thank you, will be given 0 credits. You basically want to write a couple of sentences explaining or, maybe critiquing the student, your classmate, or supporting what he has written. Okay, now that's basically what the first part of the discussion is. The second part is what I call the homework presentation. Now, as you know, you are given homework problems under Mastering Physics, Pearson, to solve, right? So you are solving them. You start, working on them throughout the week. What you want to do, you pick one of these problems and you want to post it, and post it in the discussion along with the statement of the problem, what's given in the problem, and the complete solution step by step. Okay? You will be graded on that. You see what I'm saying? So you have to do those two items. First, you want to be solving answering the discussion question, the initial, you have to answer that question by Wednesday. And then from Wednesday until Sunday, you want to respond to one or two of your classmates on their posts. Okay? And also, you want to pick one of the homework problems. Okay? Pick a good one. And then you put the statement of that problem, and then you solve it. And you solve that problem step by step. I'll show you an example. So anyway, so here, let me just read what's going on here. Homework presentation. Look up 1 to 2 Mastering Physics problem. 1 is enough. 2 would be great, but 1 is enough. Look up 1 or 2 Mastering Physics problem from this week's homework assignment, and then solve them in details below. Please explain every step of the solution. To allow me to assess your work and make comment on it before the due date, please post your solution by Friday. You got that? So your initial question, you want to do it by Wednesday. The homework presentation by Friday. Why? Because you want to allow me and your classmate to look at your solution. We need to look at your solution. Okay? You are not required but encouraged to respond to your classmate post in the homework presentation. Now, like I said, you have to, by the end of the week, you have to make the initial post, for the discussion question, and the homework presentation, and then you want to respond to 2 classmates. You can do one of them, say, for the the initial question, and the other one for the homework presentation. It's really up to you. It's up to you. Okay. So you are not required but encouraged to respond to a classmate post in the homework presentation. All solution steps must be typed. Diagrams and images can be scanned. Any scanned handwritten solution will not be accepted, and so on. Okay, so you want to follow what's written down here. And let me show you an example of how it looks like. Where does it? It's right here. There we go. So I've written basically the same thing here. Let me just magnify it with my hand. There we go. So here's a sample problem. So for example, I'm picking a problem number 2, chapter 13. I'm just picking up some random number. So here is the statement of the problem. A person has a mass of 90 kilograms. Use Newton's universal law of gravitation to calculate how much force the earth is pulling the person with. Use the following constants. So there we go. We have constants here. This is how you write it. This is how you present your solution. Then you put in what's, so first you have a title, subtitle, solution, then what's given in the problem. Here they are. This is all given. And then we're being asked to find the force. So and then this is the formula that we're going to be using. And then you define the variable in the formula. M1 is the mass of the person, M2 is the mass of the earth, R is the radius, blah, blah, blah. And then you plug in the numbers into the formula. Here is the formula. Here are the numbers plugged into it. And then at the end you have the final answer with the proper unit. See how neat everything looks? And then you have maybe a concluding statement. Therefore, the earth pulls the person, sorry, one more time. Therefore, the Earth pulls with a force of 880 Newton on the person. Got it? Here's another example. We have the statement and so on. You can read all of that. Okay, I just gave you a bunch of examples so you can see how this should be done. Okay? So let me summarize the discussion on homework presentation. You want to make the initial post for the discussion question, homework presentation, and then 2 replies. Okay, those replies can be to the discussion question a classmate done, or to a homework presentation. It's up to you. So by the end of the week, I'm going to see a minimum of 4 posts by you to give you full credit for them. Hopefully, like I said, this is an easy assignment, I think. Hopefully you should be able to get full credits for it. You know what I mean? Okay, good. See, when I have a module and this one is not green like these, that means you don't see it. Okay, I see it here, but when you open up your Canvas, you're probably not going to even see module 1, but I will turn it on once Monday kicks in. I will turn it on so you'll be able to see it. You probably, for now, you're only seeing this module 0. You're not seeing anything. You just see blank probably down here. Anyway, okay, what else? Okay, so one more thing, I'm almost done. The Ask the Professor, basically, if you have a question for me, if you have a question, simply post it right here. So just click on reply and put your question in there. Ask the professor, do you have a question? Do you have any questions? If you have a question regarding the course or a physics problem, please post it here. I will be checking this area on a daily basis. Okay, so if you put something here, hopefully within 24 hours, I will know about it and I will reply to your post. Please, you know, if you have you know, for example, a homework problem that you cannot solve or some difficulty, you know, doing something, you can simply ask me here and I'll be more than happy to help you. However, if your question is private in nature, for example, you want to discuss grades, maybe you missed an exam or you missed a homework or whatever, and you're asking for something, an extension or something, please don't post it under that. This is a remember, this is a public forum. Everyone, all of your classmates have access to it, and I will not be answering private questions here. So basically, shoot me an email if the nature of the question is private in nature or personal, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So this is just for general questions. And I encourage you to ask me homework problems here, because since it's a public forum, I can tell your classmates, hey, I solved problem number so-and-so. Go to Ask the Professor and look at the solution. So it's beneficial for all of us that you are participating here. But it's totally optional. Only use it only when you need it. If you don't need it, you can, you know, you can ignore it for now. You know. Like I said, this is a math review. I have created this video. You can click on it if you feel. Hello. In this video, I will do something like that. There we go. Well, I know that. As you can see, there's a lot of basic math. So let me put a question mark. So I know that 81 is equal to 9 times 9. And 9 is 3 times 3, so that will be 3 times 3 times 3. Good. The next topic that I want to talk about, there are several short topics that I'm going to cover, and that is scientific notation. I am not going to elaborate in general, conventionally, okay? So you have a decimal, yep, and so on. You got the idea? Okay, how do I get out of this? This one? No. The same order. There we go, okay. Just hit escape. If you have a full screen, just hit escape, it will go back to normal. Anyway, so it is not a YouTube video, this one. It's just, you know, some video within Canvas I created in there. But it runs for, I believe, an hour or so. So, you know, you are encouraged to view it. What else? Introduce yourself. This is basically where you're going to start when you start the class on Tuesday, I think. You basically come in here, you write something about yourself. You introduce yourself to your classmate and myself as well. I would like to know who you are. Oh, somebody already done that. There we go. Hello, Callista. So anyway, so Please introduce yourself to class. Tell us your major, a little about yourself and family, personal interests, and whatever else you would like to share. Please respond to other posts from other classmates if you wish. Okay, great. This is called the Student Cafe. Again, it's just a feature that if you are interested in it, the purpose of the Student Cafe is, no one is in here, is basically if you would like to vent off, you'd like to talk to your classmate, not me, about whatever, about class, or you want to discuss a homework problem or whatever, or you can share some comments on whatever, you can just post it here. Most likely, I'm not going to log into this page at all. I'm not going to be in there. So most students don't use it, to be honest with you, but it's there available for you. As I said, do you have a comment or issue that you would like to share with your classmate? Go ahead and post it here. Most likely, I will not be visiting this forum since it's only for students. If you have questions for me, either email me or post it under Ask the Professor. Okay? Again, it is it could be worthless for you, but that's okay. But it's there for you if you want it. Okay? That's about it. Let's see. For the time being, I mean, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. If you have any question, again, you are more than, I'll be more than happy to respond to it. You can, like I said, you can either put it under Ask the Professor or shoot me an email. Oh, one last thing I want to mention, I forgot to, it's good that I remember it now, and that is right before we have our midterm exam 1 and 2, I will be conducting a Zoom meeting that will run for an hour. Okay, it's optional, but you are definitely encouraged to attend it. I will tell you when and what time, and it's going to be a live Zoom meeting with me where we will be solving, I'll be solving something like maybe 10 problems. The exam, by the way, will be composed of about 5 problems that you have to solve. You have to type actually on the computer screen. You have to type them up. That's why you want to practice homework presentation, you know, typing using equation editor or whatever. So you will be using, anyway, so I'll be solving like around 10 problems. Hopefully those problems are going to help you do better on the exam. So there will be that Zoom meeting. Also, if you would like me to have a Zoom meeting with you guys, preferably a group of you rather than just one person, I'll be more than happy to do that. You know, just simply talk to your classmate and say, hey, let's have a Zoom meeting about whatever you want me to do. I'll be more than happy to do that. Again, this is an online course. Zoom is not a requirement. The live meetings are not a requirement, but I'll be more than happy to do that for you if you request it. Okay, that's it. And I look forward to meeting with you, talking to you in class next week. Okay, enjoy your spring semester. Bye-bye.